Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. I wanted to come up with a product to offer to you guys as a way to help support the channel. Of course, liking and subscribing to the channel is always free and I really appreciate it. And I do have quite a large collection of plans on my website, but I wanted to come up with an actual physical product that you guys can buy to help support me and actually get something in return to use. I already have a ton of work in at this point, and these are just my prototypes I've cut one at a time out of scrap wood. A lot I've already made it in the trash. But in this video, we're going to go through the whole mass production process and see what it's like here by myself in just my normal garage-sized shop. But nonetheless, without further ado, I present to you the one and only circular saw or track saw shaped table saw push stick. First off, I wanted to come up with something unique that I've personally never seen before. As of right now, I don't see anywhere on the internet where someone's making and selling a push stick that looks anything like this. So to actually come up with something unique, I thought was really cool. Secondly, with a circular saw, you're ripping and cutting wood, so to use it here on the table saw, it just looks cool. And along those same lines, if you're using a table saw, most likely you have experience with a circular saw as well, and it's just a really natural and comfortable feeling. Like it literally feels like you're using a circular saw, so it's really comfortable to use. Lastly is safety. You could of course just use the push stick that come free with your table saw, but this style that offers a lot more support and pressure further out on your board is a lot safer to use. The workhorse I'm going to be using to mass produce these is the Imagination to Reality 8 CNC, which is their 2 foot by 4 foot model. Up until now, I've really just been making custom one-off pieces with this. I don't think I've cut any two of the same thing on here. So this will be a nice change to really use it to its full capacity. I know it's got the power, I know it's got the accuracy I need. Of course, I am just limited in the size, but really I don't have any room for a bigger machine than this in my shop. So let's just go ahead and start breaking down the plywood into 2 foot by 4 foot sections. For the plywood, I'm using 3/4 inch maple plywood. Definitely not the cheapest stuff given the current state of the world. But if you guys are going to buy something, I want it to look good and feel good. And the 3/4 inch thickness, I did make one at 1/2 inch, and the 3/4 just feels a lot more comfortable to use. For the actual designing part, I actually did everything right in VCarve Pro, which I got with the I2R CNC when I got it. Really easy to use. I actually started with just a picture and then you can like trace it and then just do a lot of shaping, adding, deleting stuff. For example, the holes here for where your fingers go, that took quite a few iterations to get right. I wanted to size it so you could fit 4 pretty large fingers in there if you wanted to. I actually like to just use it with 3. And down here, for example, where the CNC can't cut 90-degree corners anyway, I created this little recess so you don't worry about marring up the edge of your board or anything like that. And did it to where it's strong enough this thing's not going to break off or anything like that. But yeah, here's the final design. I just upgraded it to the 2 foot by 4 foot sheet, so now we can do the nesting feature and get 12 of them on here. All right, nothing to it but to do it at this point. For the bit, I'm using a Freud 1/4 inch compression bit. Basically meaning it's an upcut and a downcut in one, so it'll give me a clean tear-out free surface on both the top and bottom of the plywood. This is where I'll just have to do a lot of experimenting as I go, getting the depth cut of each pass, the feeds and speed rates dialed in just to see how efficient I can get it, but we're just gotta get started and I can make tweaks as I go with that. Alrighty, sorry that wasn't the most entertaining clip in the world. No close-ups of the bit cutting or anything, but with this much, you definitely gotta have the dust shoe on there, so sorry about that. But now that these are done, we can go ahead and finish processing these by hand. Typically, I would go ahead and load another sheet and let the CNC start cutting while I'm doing that. But trying a video, we'll just go ahead and get these done. First, we'll break all the tabs free, and I got a mini roundover bit to fit in all these tight areas and smooth all the edges so they're nice and comfortable to hold. Do some final sanding and wrap these things up. have to make a lot of decisions when you're coming up with a product, but I wanted to put something on them, and ultimately I decided to go ahead and order a brand with my logo on it. But now that I have the brand, I got to decide where I want to put it. I think I just decided, if you want to call either side a backside, I'm going to go ahead and just put it on the backside here. But I did order an electric one, so after it's heated up, I can just go through and get a bunch done at once instead of having to continuously reheat it with a torch. But I still got a lot of practicing to do to get the process down, so after I practice some more, we'll go ahead and get these finished up. All right, that was definitely a lot more time consuming and more work than I thought it'd be, but we ended up with 84 in this first batch after culling out the bad ones that didn't make the cut. And like I said, this whole thing is just one big experiment. I don't know if these will be the only 84 I make, so if you really want one, make sure you get the link down in the description and check them out. Or if this will be a product that I have available on my website 10 years from now. It's really all up to you guys where it goes from here. I don't have Patreon or anything like that. Like I said, this is just a way for you guys to help support me. Of course, you can buy cheaper plastic push sticks. Well, you can't buy one that looks like this, but you can buy cheaper ones just from the store. But again, that's not really what this is about. This is a way for you guys to help support me and actually get something in return. It was quite a big investment to get to this point. I got a label printer. I ordered bulk of the bubble mailers, and I realized that these aren't going to be quite durable enough. I don't want these to be damaged. One thing I've learned is the shipping companies, they don't care, and they throw stuff around like crazy. So I've got boxes on the way. But hopefully you enjoyed the process watching these get made. I'd love to make more and really try to streamline my process and improve where I can. So be sure to hit the link down in the video description and snag one of these for yourself. Until next time, take care.